I'm Esther Ward, and I am going to talk about, well, I'm in Ed 361, and I'm going to talk about the Idaho Curricular Standards. I guess I already navigated to it, so I'm going to practice navigating to it again. And I'm going to click on where it says Idaho Content Standards. I could have just clicked on the English Language Arts and Literacy, but I'll click on it over here. And I'm going to scroll down and find the standards where it says English Language Arts, Literacy, and Handwriting. Here are the standards. Downloading the standards. Alright, so here's the table of contents. This tells how to write the curricular standards. For instance, there's standards about reading literature, reading informational text, reading literacy and history and social studies. Coming down farther, there's standards about speaking and listening, standards about handwriting. The abbreviations are like the abbreviation for reading literature is RL, a shorter way of writing it. For reading informational text is RI. For writing, it's a W. This is the grade level. So if it's a sixth grade standard, then there would be a 6 with the standard code. These are the standard numbers under each grade level, and standard subcategory letter. Some of the standards have subcategories, so they're labeled with a B or A, B, C, whatever. I'm going to skip this because Brother Chandler said we could skip it. We'll get to more of these later. How to write the grade level standards. This one, for instance, would be a standard about reading literature for 6th grade, standard 3. Coming down here, the writing standard would be writing 7th grade, standard 9, subcategory B. That's how to identify which standard we're looking at. Alright. Scrolling down. Here are some things that are not covered by the standards. Number 1, the standards define what all students are expected to know and be able to do, not how teachers should teach. So basically, the standards tell teachers what they should be helping students learn, but they don't tell the teachers how to do it. They cannot enumerate even all or even most of the content that students should learn. There should be a content-rich curriculum. Teachers can decide how to teach to those standards. While the standards focus on what is most essential, they do not describe all that can or should be taught. It just gives a baseline to start with. Number 3, the standards don't tell you how to help high achievers who meet the standards prior to the end of high school or the grade. So teachers need to figure out how to best help and challenge those high-achieving students. And the standards also don't give you intervention methods to support students who are below or above grade level expectations. So students who struggle or students who are at a much higher level, teachers have to figure out how to do that. The standards also don't tell you how to support English language learners or students with special needs. There are also other things that are essential to being prepared for college and career. that are not outlined in the standards, things like social, emotional, and physical development. So the standards are just a framework for things that students should know and don't include these things that are not covered by the standards. These are some things that students who are college and career ready in reading, writing, speaking, listening, and language should be able to do. They demonstrate independence, they can understand things, and they are self-directed learners. Basically, they're good learners. They request clarification, ask questions, build on others' ideas. They're good thinkers on their own, independence. They build strong content knowledge. They know a lot of things, wide range of subject matter. They read purposefully. They refine and share their knowledge through writing and speaking. Students who are college and career ready also they respond to the varying demands of audience, task, purpose, and discipline. Honestly, I don't fully understand all of these, but I like this part. Students adapt their communication or writing. I think it says writing somewhere in there, in relation to audience, task, purpose, and discipline. So they appreciate nuances such as how the composition of an audience should affect tone while speaking and how the connotations of words affect meaning. I thought it said writing in here, but maybe it doesn't. But it looks like they're flexible and able to adapt. Students comprehend as well as critique, so they can understand what's being shared, and they can also ask questions to understand things better, or to even question, is this accurate? Or to share alternate ideas from what the teacher shares. Students value evidence. They use evidence when supporting their own points. They can constructively evaluate others' use of evidence. They cite their evidence. They also use technology and digital media strategically and capably. They learn how to use technology in their learning. They know how to do Google searches. They know how to what tools to use to meet their communication goals, and probably goals for their learning as well. I like this one. They come to understand other perspectives and cultures. That's definitely important for being college and career ready, because it is a world of many cultures, and it's important for students to understand and respect other people and other cultures. Moving on. So these are standards for